Harris will ban all fracking.
Will you commit to implementing a federal ban on fracking your first day in office?
There's no question I'm in favor of banning fracking.
That will immediately put tens of thousands of Pennsylvanians out of work.
Damn.
And send utility bills skyrocketing.
There's no question I'm in favor of banning fracking.
Trump will protect clean energy fracking and protect the jobs it creates.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
Well, Madam Vice President, I don't have to tell you how important natural gas is to this region. It's how we heat our homes and our factories in this region. It's very plentiful and cheaper than oil. And we extract natural gas through fracking. So I wanted to ask you, there's a political ad on TV from a 2019 Climate Hall town meeting that you had, in which you basically said, quote, "There's no question I'm in favor of banning fracking," unquote. The ad claims that if you're elected president, you will ban fracking and you will cost Pennsylvania over 300,000 jobs.
Damn.
Have you changed your view on fracking? And if so, why?
This is the hardest question ever.
So let me start by saying that ad, as you described it, is absolutely a mischaracterization that I think is intended to make people afraid of my presidency. Let me be absolutely clear, as I've been when I said it back in 2020. I will not ban fracking. I did not as vice president. In fact, I cast the tie-breaking vote to open up more fracking leases. And my perspective on this is grounded in a number of things, including that we don't have to ban fracking to do the work that we can do to also invest in a clean energy economy. So that's where I stand, period. As President of the United States, I will not ban fracking. I did not as Vice President of the United States. And frankly, I think some of those ads are misleading intentionally to suggest to folks that they should be afraid, because on the other side, what you've got in my opponent is somebody who could and has not really done much about lifting up the middle class. My perspective on this issue is that I'm going to bring jobs back to rural communities. I'm going to make sure that we invest in those communities that have done the kind of work that you have in mind when we talk about Pittsburgh, when we talk about the greater aspect of Pennsylvania, and I'm going to keep doing that work.
You know, it's like if somebody switches up slightly on a policy, or maybe they weren't with somebody like how Vance wasn't with Trump, but like you said, I will never, fracking is like you were hard against fracking and now you're for fracking. It's like, that was a major switch. I can see minor switches. People's change. You're allowed to change your opinion. You know, you learn, you grow, different things. We changed our opinion. But it's like, there's certain things that like, if we're like, she act like it was like a core thing, like that we would never change, you know, and that she did change. 4 votes.
No, you can't.
It's easy to see through that, to me.
Make you think of the Migos song.
When we was
Migos, wish you, watch it. They'll take your bag.
No, honestly, it's like though she is saying that she hasn't changed her stance and she didn't change it as vice president. But it's like, on that other hand, people try to defend her and say she had no power to change anything as vice president.
That's also another point to that.
No, yeah. So why are you like promoting that you didn't change it as vice president and then having people say in your defense she can't change things as vice president?
Right.
Well, that is a great point.
That's a great point. I just think that's kind of.
I feel like that's
ironic.
Also a lie, because we actually witnessed somebody or ran into somebody that lost their job off of industry's regulation from y'all administration when y'all came in office. This Asian man told us he lost it.
He was making a lot of money.
He said lost,
and he picked us up in the Uber because, you know,
we
should have interviewed that dude.
But that is so woke to the point. If you even asked us back in 2018, 2019, should we ban oil?
No.
That's you can be on the left. Like we was on the left.
Yeah.
If you would have asked us if you would have asked somebody at a Black Lives Matter,
I wouldn't say we was necessarily on the left. We was just
feel bad for black people.
We was just going off what we was taught. Black people are supposed to be Democrats.
But
that's literally what you damn near taught.
How far on the left do you have to be to say we should ban oil?
Well,
we
would
never said that.
You remember when she said, "I'm radical"?
Yeah, let's leave
so
it at that.
didn't. Well, wait. You said you're radical. That's not name calling.
You can't.
You said that.
I also didn't like the point where she was like, Donald Trump didn't do anything to help the middle class, but there's thousands of Americans that were saying they were doing better under the Trump administration. And people always try to rebuttal to that point. Well,
COVID.
Trump administration lost all these jobs and all that stuff. Why are we acting like COVID didn't happen? And then people keep saying, oh, Trump was disastrous with his handling of it. He tried to keep the economy open, and Dems were trying to close it, and all the jobs were lost because it was closed.
That is crazy.
I just feel like
People
a lot of the
forget about
arguments
that.
there are just, I don't know, you could just poke holes in them very easily.
Folks support Vice President Harris. Any hands? No hands.
Wow.
Somebody laugh.
Wow. Okay.
It's nobody's business.
It's nobody's business, says one man. So there you go. I tried Maria, and
She was one of the strongest proponents of that ban, so much so that when she was in California, she sued the Obama administration over granting fracking permits. She didn't just favor the abolition of private health insurance. She was a co-sponsor of the bill with Bernie Sanders as a U.S. Senator for Medicare for All for America.
I'm radical. She told
The
me.
reality is, when you think about the Green New Deal, she was the chief proponent, not just as a co-sponsor of the legislation, but going further and saying she would end the filibuster in the Senate to ram that through. So the reality is she can say what she wants to say now. Those are actions she has taken. Is someone allowed to evolve? Of course they are. But she deserves to explain exactly why she's changed those positions, exactly what her position is. If it's not a ban on fracking, what exactly is it? What exactly is her healthcare plan if she no longer favors abolishing private health insurance, which just 4 short years ago when she ran for president, she did. And that's the kind of scrutiny that's been missing.
Bro.
I think Donald Trump has received plenty of scrutiny, and I give credit to him for sitting for hostile interviews that Kamala Harris has not.
That's why you need a brown-skinned brother like Vivek. Because I was thinking about it, and I was like, what did she do? I know she took some action to, basically ban fracking.
Yes.
And I couldn't figure it. It's not on the
Sued
internet.
the
It's not on
Obama
the internet.
campaign. So like your report earlier,
Obama
you could
be
be on the
endorsing
left
her.
and not be for fracking. Obama is on the left. They put in fracking, and she tried to sue Obama.
It's kind of
Obama
scary.
know
For fracking.
Obama
And you
know
still
the trap.
rocking with her.
What
That's
they
crazy.
said, you can't find that on the internet. Like, I'm looking everywhere. The ad is like the second thing that pops up. A TV ad from Republican U.S. Senate candidate misleads viewers on Kamala Harris fracking stand.
That's crazy.
That's on Google.
Well,
That's crazy.
Of course.
And then the first link, ABC.
Of course.
That's crazy.
Third
They
link,
control the minds of the people.
third link, fact check. Ad misleading on Harris.
That's
Fracking
crazy.
percentage.
I'm telling you.
On Google. So if a regular
That's
person
You know what's
crazy.
so scary about this,
That's
bro?
crazy.
When people arguing about politics, what they say Google it.
Man.
But Google is biased.
Wow.
So it's like,
JD exposed that though. That's
Damn.
why I say I hope the
But
American people
Google is
realize
getting
that.
sued,
That's
though,
actually
right
crazy.
now.
See,
I
but
know.
when you tell someone who's so in believing that this way is fact because they can just Google it and everything reinforces their belief in it.
It's hard to
And then you tell
convince
them, well, all that's biased. You sound insane.
you do, but it's
Like,
the
that's
truth.
crazy.
It's the truth. All you gotta do is pull up the numbers. Who was the number one donating to the campaign?
That's
Google.
crazy.
Number one in the world. They gave the most money. That's like a donor for a football team. Whoever gives the most money, I'm pretty sure they're a fan of that team. Pretty sure.
That's a fact.
I'm in favor of banning fracking. So, yeah, and starting with
tell
what
them what
we
they
can
wanna
do
hear.
on day one around public lands, right? And then there has to be legislation. But yes, and this is something I've taken on in California. I have a history of working on this issue. And to your point, we have to
despicable,
just
bro.
acknowledge that the residual impact of fracking is enormous in terms of the impact on the health and safety of communities. Yeah. So.
That was quite clear. So she ended her 2020 presidential run in December 2019. The only debate she participated in 2020 was the general election debate with then Vice President Mike Pence. And I went over the transcript of that debate tonight. Nowhere in there does she make clear that she had abandoned her previous support for a fracking ban. Rather, she repeated that Joe Biden, the head of the Democratic ticket at the time, would himself not ban fracking. So listen to what she actually said in that 2020 debate.
Joe Biden will not end fracking. He has been very clear about that. I will repeat, and the American people know, that Joe Biden will not ban fracking.
So it makes perfect sense that at the time she was speaking on behalf of Biden, the president, not the vice president, sets administration policy. But maybe other people feel differently. I certainly did not hear anywhere in there Kamala Harris saying that she personally had abandoned her previously expressed 2019 view. Rather, again, she was speaking for Joe Biden.
That's kind of how what Tim Walz was doing. He wasn't speaking for Kamala.
No,
he was
facts.
speaking for himself.
Facts.
That's like, imagine if Trump or JD had a stance like, I'm going to ban or take back guns. Same thing she
Don't say
did.
that. They think they got something for that.
Do they? When did they say that?
They saying abortion.
No. So how did he flip-flop? What did he say? He said, okay, he
He
doesn't
did
support
that.
it though. He still don't support it. He said he wants to leave it to the states.
Now, they
But
thought
look-
they found something.
No, but look, they said you talking about what we saw the other day?
Yeah.
Okay, but that's different. He went from I want a ban, which he didn't vote for a ban, like she did. He didn't take action, but he said he wanted. No, he didn't. He didn't. He said it. He didn't sign no bill.
Who?
The paperwork said that was in his statement.
That was in the
But he
statement.
didn't sign a bill He did not sign a national abortion ban bill.
Yeah.
Hold on.
I believe that was for when he ran for in Ohio.
Right. Okay. So he went from that to the stance of leave it to the states. That's like going from that to to Roe versus Wade coming back.
Yeah.
He didn't do that. You see that she went from all the way over here to all the way over here. He went from over here to like over here.
Yeah.
That's my point.
But she did that on the border too.
That's a great take.
She
That's a great
knows
take.
She can't win off those issues.
That was a great take.
She just tells people what they want to hear in that moment. She was at a climate change
Yes.
event, and that's what she said. That shit, brother.
That's kind of
That's-
bad.
yeah,
That's
that's-
if you look
she's
at
an
that, that's
actress.
work.
It's fake. And that's what everybody says.
Like at least Trump, he gonna stand on 10.
He gonna stand on business. He
Yeah,
gonna
I
stand on
said
business.
that was dumb as hell.
Yeah. I said, was she black? I don't know.
I fuck with that. I'd rather for you to at least
Keep
show
it
me,
100.
Then just put a face on everywhere I go.
Yeah.
What
Trump do come
audience
out
we
there.
got?
Trump said, "Hey, I said what I said. That is dumb." I'm sorry.
That's crazy.
Whoa.
That was crazy.
Two more quick questions, Madam Vice President. Former President Trump says that you've had 4 years as vice president to do all the things you've promised in the campaign,
What?
but haven't done it. Is he right, or did President Biden not give you or limited in some way your role as vice president?
So let's start with this. I think that the former president is really becoming quite desperate, and is really been offering a lot of misstatements and misinformation, and perhaps it's because he wants to distract from the fact that he has offered no plan for the American people.
Wow.
I have talked about this before. I invite you to go to his rallies.
Agenda 47?
And what you'll hear about full time is him talking about himself and his personal grievances, but what you won't hear him talking about is you and the needs
Wow,
that
that's
you
crazy.
have as a working person, as a family person. My plan is about building an opportunity economy where I'm going to give first-time home buyers a $25,000 down payment assistance so they can get their foot in their door to be able to be a homeowner. My plan is about $6,000 tax deduction for middle-class families for the first year of their child's life to help them
First
buy
year.
a crib or a car seat. My plan is about getting a $50,000
seat.
tax
Wow, thank
deduction
you for my
to
free car
start up
seat.
businesses, to our small businesses, knowing that they are part of the backbone of America's economy. Those are my plans. And I think that, unfortunately, what we've got on the other side is someone who wants to distract from the fact that his plan is about giving billionaires and big corporations a tax break
That's
like
all
he
they
did
have
the
to
last
say.
time
That's
and doing
That's
that
all they
again.
have to say.
But you would
They're giving
acknowledge that
billionaires
as
tax
vice-
breaks.
Hold on. I want to hear his rebuttal.
I'm
Wait, did she
sorry.
answer the question though?
No.
I'm sorry.
She did
Who
not.
was the question?
The question was, what did you not have enough power?
Oh, yeah.
Because
And then
they
she-
said you know what we all say on here
That
every
was
damn
the
day.
question,
Did you
man.
have the power to change things or not? Because if you
Oh,
did,
my
then why did you do
God.
the things that you say you're
She
gonna do?
didn't-
She didn't say
yes or
nothing.
no.
She didn't say
She
shit
didn't know.
about
She
that.
went straight to
The
it's Trump's
economy.
fault.
She
Yes.
started, no. When she
It's
first started,
opportunity economy.
when she
Said
first started
performance
answering no, she was stuttering bad. She was
She was
I was like,
moving.
ooh, I was like, he got you with that one. Then
No,
she just went to her program and went back to that script that she recite all the time.
You know what she was waiting on? They probably had the reader or teleprompter in the past. She's like, and then start strolling.
That's real. That could be what's going on.
I wish
I was thinking that. Where is she right now?
And I think that, unfortunately, what we've got on the other side is someone who wants to distract from the fact that his plan is about giving billionaires and big corporations a tax break like he did the last time and doing that again.
But you would acknowledge that as vice president, you can't do the things that you can do as president.
Well, absolutely. There's only one president of the United States. But I have been very excited to spend time in Pittsburgh and in Pennsylvania. I was just in Pittsburgh actually talking about my economic plan, but to spend time in Pittsburgh and in the rest of the state talking with folks about what I intend to do as president, and I am so honored and humbled to have received a lot of the support from the folks in that beautiful city of Pittsburgh and around the state, because I believe that what I'm talking about in terms of lifting up American workers and American families is something people want to know that their president will do.
Opportunity zone, guys.
That might actually be one of the worst ones for real.
She does not answer questions.
Because that was a good question.
And the fact that they said, my bad, but the fact they said JD didn't answer no questions.
Oh, yeah.
Don't do that. That's like
when I say do that by everything.
It's like if you're doing something and you know you're doing something, don't say that they're doing that thing. Like calling people weird on the right, don't do that. Because everybody knows if we're keeping it
If we start calling
y'all
people
weird as hell. Okay. So then, like you said, JD don't answer questions. But Kamala answers questions? Come on.
Well, JD didn't answer
I agree.
questions.
She didn't answer the question.
So the fact that he did and she didn't, and then y'all acknowledge that he didn't, or say that he didn't, but then won't acknowledge the fact she definitely doesn't, it's crazy.
But like, they really asked a simple question: do you have the same amount of power as Joe Biden?
Did you have power to implement the things?
Obviously, but then she went on to some bullshit.
Said, well,
she couldn't stay on topic.
Pittsburgh is a beautiful city, and I just love where it's from, and I just want to thank
She
everybody.
lull you to sleep. What she do? She's good at it.
Yeah.
They asked her a question, and then she lull you to sleep till you stop listening, and then you forgot what the question was she was asked. It happened to me several times in the debate. And we went back the next day. I said, wow, she didn't answer
people
that.
are crazy.
I didn't notice, though.
Okay.
She talked so long, I done drifted off. Damn. What did she say? Did she answer it?
She take you to a whole new universe.
Like, Trump and JD, they gonna answer. Or JD, he would get a little story, and he'd be like, but to answer the question. He literally say that and then answer the question. And then y'all say he didn't answer the question. After reviewing the evidence, I think that Trump will win these swing voters, bro.
Yeah.
Like the Kamala lovers and all that, and the people who hate Trump, they gonna vote Levia. But the people in the middle are going to vote Trump.
I just don't think, my fault. I don't think anyone is sold on her like as much as they try to make it seem, because
Tim Walz would have been better for them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I just don't think people are as sold on them as they try to make it seem, because it's like she never answers the questions on what her real plans are, and all she does is say the same things over and over and over. And he just asked her a real question straight up, like, you've been the vice president for 4 years, like, why haven't you done any of that now if you had the power? And she just went back to the same spiel she'd been given. It's like, it's crazy.
You know what I think about that kind of pissed me off a little bit? You remember how they asked her and Joe Biden, Iran, don't.
Yeah, that was terrible. That was terrible.
What they did.
No, that was terrible. That was terrible.
What you gonna do?
What you gonna do?
What you gonna do?
Didn't the Biden administration accidentally give Iran $16 billion?
Yes.
Isn't that a real thing that happened?
Yeah.
How do you accidentally do that, though?
I don't know if that was.
I don't think it was on accident.
Don't.
But I want to know the validity of that story.
After the VP debate, I'm not even that mad at Tim Walz no more, bro.
No, Tim
Walz mad at Tim Walz.
He ain't really fearmonger at all.
I'm not mad at Tim Walz either.
He really,
Bro, everybody even acknowledged that. Like, people on the left, everybody was like, Tim Walz, like, hey.
People keep saying, people were saying, no, I thought it was crazy when we watched like MSNBC and CNN, and they were like, he's one of the best communicators Democrats have. I'm like, y'all think he's a better communicator than JD after watching that? No, just the fact that you could even come on. If that's the best y'all got, and that's what he just did against JD,
the best they have, though.
Oh man, God,
I've never agreed with a Democrat talking points more than what he was saying. And JD would agree with him. This is their best.
But they was going back and forth.
This is your king.
They was going back and forth. I agree. You know what I'm saying?
Respectful. Yeah.
They had mutual respect.
Even like most of like the way he was putting several things is okay. Like I see what you're saying.
Keep it 100. I think JD cooked that man.
No, he did.
I think like if that's the best y'all got, it's levels.
No, we killing them, bro. We got too many hitters on our side, bro.
Type.
Yeah, because
JD,
to be real though,
Vivek.
JD
like that 17-year-old freshman on Alabama. They know if he can come.
JD couldn't even really cook Tim Walz basically on like what he did in Minnesota though. You know, so and he was basically just cooking Kamala.
Yeah,
that's
what matters because that's who people voted for real, the president.
And that's what's bad is Tim Walz didn't take her side at all during it. So that's what I feel like.
He maybe referenced her like twice, and then JD was straight going at her.
Kamala. He stayed on point. That's what I kept saying during the debate. He stayed on point the whole time.
And that's why I think he killed.
He ate. That was the best debate I've seen.
And then I don't think Tim Wall's facial expressions and the way he was looking up there.
Yeah, that was only
I don't think that did him any favors.
Oh,
like,
he would have kept it cool
looked
like JD.
Oh man, JD was stone face, poker face. He was whipping his head around quick. I was like, is he shook? Like, what's up with bro?
He got scared.
I was like, is he good?
He seen the Reaper.
No, he was hurt. Hey, that was the moment too big for him. He pissing down his leg.
Hey, to be honest with y'all,
doesn't want to be an athlete.
Y'all might say I'm tripping for saying this, but if Tim Wall was probably on the top of that ballot, it probably would have been a fight.
That's what I was just finna say.
It was probably been a fight.
It's still a fight, but
I think it would have been. I think Tim probably would have won.
Democrats overstepped.
Nah, he wouldn't beat Trump though.
The undecided voters aren't dumb in America.
He wouldn't beat Trump, but
they're looking.
Y'all can say I'm tripping.
But look, the undecided voters see through this bullshit. I hope so. I think so.
agree.
I think they do. Tim Walz, he did do not bad at all. That's why I said, like, if it was just they ran off what Tim Walz was just saying, and that was all what Democrats did. Instead of all this fear mongering, it could have been. You know, we don't know. Something. But all this shit Kamala's doing is exposed to the Democrat hands. But let us know what y'all think.
Y'all, hey, look, this is the ticket next year, guys. Tim Walz, Jasmine Crockett.
Whoa. That is a ticket that is doomed to fail. No disrespect. That would not take it off the ground. And that's no disrespect. That's no disrespect, but they're not making it off the ground with that.
They're going to run Gavin Newsom and Tim Walz.
She might would have did better. I can't say that.
If Gavin Newsom get up there.
What y'all think?